really work or not. It's hard to tell how that collision on the 8, but going forward would be your usual play. Oh, wow. He didn't even contact the 8. Of course, he missed the ball, so it's hard to judge. And how did he not hit the 8 there, Phil?
Yeah, extraordinary that contact was avoided. But if you whack the ball like that, you have to be super accurate. Otherwise, the object ball will be repelled. As sure as eggs is eggs.
And we could see him in a seat. The chest really heavy breathing here early. Watch out for the kiss. And that's where some of the 9-ball players that don't play some other disciplines don't really see that kiss coming. But he didn't have a whole lot to play with, really. Really kind of a fortunate kiss to make this ball so tough, especially after a miss from Labutis. He'll tack here.
That kind of quality shot settles you down.
Yeah, and I talked about it. I think Labutis, knowing himself and his game, some players, they really are on top of their technique. And if you notice, much cleaner stroke there on the green 6. Fell a little straight. So, I mean, you could kind of hold there. I kind of like drawing back a little bit closer to the 9, even though you're going to have a hair more angle. On the break, but the cue ball was going to get lost in that side pocket, I believe anyways. Yeah, it was tracking. It's actually missing the one in the side is what saved him. Got a kiss on the cue ball. Now this is the type of shot, especially early, he should attack anyways, that if you can dare, he can go a long ways. For not only settling you in, but you know you're going to have to make more big shots in this match. Expecting to hit this with a low right spin, trying to wrap that corner. Maybe just kind of come 2 rails at the pink. Well, he's cueing a little left English, it appears. Okay, he did hit. Watch out for this low kiss right here. That was dead center. And he will still remain aggressive here on a cross side bank. I think he will anyways. And the angle must not have been there. Most players wouldn't pass on that bank if it was available. This is where I think Duong has gotten so much better. Of course, he may go to the air here and try and bank this in along rail, but if he kicks at it, I just think he's improved in that department tremendously.
Part of Team Asia, who beat Team Europe in the inaugural Reyes Cup at the tail end of last year in Manila in the Philippines. What an experience that was for him, and he definitely contributed.
Yeah, I mean, Yap got the MVP, and of course we know how Yap plays, Mr. Consistent, came with so many shots, but I think if you talk about who came with the most shots, it was that man. That'll do. That's the department I think he's gotten so much better in. Maybe a little fortunate how the pink cannon into the 9, but really played the cue ball nicely. toughest kick shots. Looks like he's going to miss it to the right heavily, yeah.
Foul.
Yeah, that was one of those shots where, from our position, we knew even before he played it, he wasn't going to make contact.
Yeah, especially with top English. Maybe center ball maybe had a chance on that line, but I think that was a slim chance. Tell you what, he looks pretty calm to me.
Well, the aforementioned Reyes Cup was played in front of a very large, noisy crowd in the heart of Manila. And Duong showed to himself there that he can cope with pressure. Okay, that was team, not individual, but the same principles apply. Duong Quoc Hoang needed to strike there, and he did so. Pijus Labutis leads only 2-1. Birds of town. The players have loved being here, and it's been a particularly memorable event for Duong Quoc Hoang. Can he keep going? Can he keep the flame alive for all of those Vietnamese fans back home watching, well, now in the middle of the night?
Yeah, well, I'm sure they're tuned in. Don't worry about that. I was going to say that, you know, it's hard to recognize in one match, maybe even one tournament, but I do give the breaking edge to this man here. A little bit over Pijus, but we've seen a variety so far. And that's one thing he excels at. He has a very good touch.
The biggest underdog in the tournament, Tobias Bongas, went 2-0 down to Daniel Maceió. Now it's 2-2. Bongas just won't go away.
Well, like I said in the opener, it kind of reminds me of what Fedor Gorst did in Saudi last year, just playing close match after close match, but still advanced.
Extension call.
So the last safety, they got Hoang on the board. They gave us ball in hand, or gave him ball in hand, rather. Now a difficult hit, and another one of those, depending on the speed, 2 different scratches available off the one. He's made it, and he opened the 2 off the side cushion. Yeah, well, I just think every time a player apologizes, the other player should say, are you really sorry or not? You know, kind of thing. So okay, so it's been a little hit and miss. Hit the pocket a little rough in this match a few times, so the timing hasn't settled in. You could see misposition pretty easy there. Now again, how's he going to work the cue ball? I think he can get to the middle of the table, just be satisfied there. Looks like he's coming backside, maybe 3 or 4 cushions. Looks like perfect speed.
Best hit that a little full rather than aim towards that far jaw. If you do that, it's not going to go. You can hit the cushion a ways down and flop it off the near jaw, though. Yeah, exactly what he did. So 3-1 for Labutis.
Wow. Wow, that's missing the mark by a long ways. And, you know, I personally would have stunned, but either way, I expected him to succeed and maybe showing a little nerve still.
Yeah, for a player of his caliber, that was a real boo-boo.
Yeah, it wasn't like he caught a piece of the 8. He hit it dead in the face. May kick behind this, trying to bring the 7 down by the 9 on the short cushion. Oh, he went for the bank, and he hit it beautifully. Ooh.
Almost an Al-Qaeda named after Al-Qaedi's length of the table banked to win a World Masters some years ago.
Yeah, the thing about that Al-Qaedi bank that was so impressive, not only being hill for the title, but the cue ball was froze
Cancel.
on the rail, and he hit it with so much confidence. All right, one of his bread and butters, usually the thin one.
Foul.
Yeah, just overcut it to the pocket. You'll notice if we get when we get the replay, watch the 7 hit the top side. Yeah, almost missed it, almost overcut it really.
And when you scratch with a couple of balls left, it's a formality that you're going to be there with head in hands.
Yeah, still struggling with the break. His best in the last, for sure. But just nothing's been the same for Labutis on the breaking in. And it's weird. It's almost like when you get a little quick with it, the balls come out a little different, obviously. The one comes short quite often. You hear a lot of clatter, a lot of kisses. But Duong, he's got to get this going.
Not being negligent, giving you the score on table 2. Massion's back in front, 3-2 over Bongas.
Okay, a nice shot there. Much better than it looked. You could roll through here, or you could kind of use the 9 to get that great angle to get from the 7 to the 8.
Much needed.
Well, that's a rare emotion you'll see from Duong, so a little frustration. And does anyone conserve more energy at the pool table than this man here? We talk about it, sometimes it looks like a light wind might blow him over.
Yeah, he's one of those players, you think if you erected a cam bed next to his chair, he'd probably have a nap in between racks.
Yeah, you talked about, you know, who's getting a little the best of the rolls, or maybe a little more unlucky. Beautiful jump, and then a great kick shot to hold the ball, but then the pink dresses up in front of the pocket. And there, he's still kind of hitting the pocket a hair rough.
Yeah, this is the third opportunity for Labutis in this rack. The first 2 amounted to very little. The gap is about to widen again. A decidedly quirky 7th rack. Pijus Labutis isn't complaining. He leads 5-2.
Okay, trying to kind of masse down, draw behind the 9. Looks like he's just going to get there. Maybe gave up a little look. It's a funny match here. If you think about it, I just don't really think I've seen a moment where I thought Duong has really given it away. It's just been little things here and there. The overcut on the 7 a little bit. That was a super tough shot. Easy to lose the cue ball. Every little kick hasn't worked out. Now that safety, he should have hit the mark there, but even though it was from distance, just little things. But you got to be patient because these matches change like the wind. You know that, Phil.
Yeah, you're right, though. The thing is, at this level, tiny incidents, if they go predominantly one way, quickly accumulate.
Yeah, no doubt. Now, if he's stunning this ball, this is the shot he's been a little rough on in this match so far. Oh, he went forward. Beautiful stroke. That one will make you feel good.
He was actually playing with a little bit of fire there, trying to cheat the pocket to widen the angle. He did it, it was fine, but at that pace, any greater inaccuracy and it might have stayed on the table, that 7.
Yeah, that extension he had on made the ball deflect a little more maybe. But now it is a massive lead, but it feels even bigger.
That's what he's got to do. Just keep plugging away, hoping that the pool gods, rather than scowl, will smile on you.
Yeah, absolutely. You just have to try and get on the breaking in here sooner than later. I thought he had the 2-rail kick off the left side rail to the top cushion. That's obviously cut off. Didn't want to open that trouble up, but I guess surrendering ball in hand, Long would have figured out position on the red 3.
Well, 2 good hooks from Duong, and the second of them should yield something.
Yeah, everything in the open, even though there's a little congestion. So we have to make a little bit of a shot down the rail here. Get the cue ball somewhat on the line it's on now for the pink 4.
Duong Quoc Hoang won the 3rd rack and the 6th. Now surely he's going to add the 10th. Always a blueprint for success. They had a couple of really good tactical shots, and when the chance was forced, he took full advantage.
When the nerves are high, that's that angle shooting off the rail that we do see a missed ball that we don't expect. It's usually a hair thick when the miss does arrive.
Wow, that was the thin one. You just knew as soon as the cue ball went close to the side cushion, it was a pressurised shot. Will that blunder, JJ, come back to haunt him?
Well, it's certainly going to haunt him, you would think, in this game, but And you wonder moving forward mentally. I mean, that's probably to close the door on the match at 9-5 and breaking. Do you feel he kind of pulled the trigger a little quicker than he has been, you know, once he got down on the ball?
Players immediately know big moments, big mistakes. Duong Quoc Hoang was staring at going 9-5 down. Labutis was 3 balls away from the hill. Now, though, he's got to do it all again. He's got to recover from that. And mentally, the scoreline is, in actuality, 8-6. The 7 got away.
So here you want to be very clear-cut. Are you drawing back into a small area to get straight on the 5? I kind of like using the angle on the 5 to kind of cannon into the 9 and maybe play the 6 on the side. Just give yourself that look at the 5. I think he wanted a hair more angle. That way the cue ball probably gets through the 9 and moves over just a bit more.
Extension call.
And here he's just gotten himself where he's going to have to make a bit more of a shot on the 6. He's going to fall a hair on the wrong side unless he flirts with maybe getting on top of the 6. Just remind yourself how good you are. You can handle it. Not the best there. Good thing for him, he got off the rail with the cue ball, but not the angle he wanted.
Yeah, cutting back into a semi-blind pocket, not recommended at this stage. Much like the 7 ball a couple of racks ago, you could see it coming.
Extension.
I'll tell you what, Pijus Labutis has been very fortunate that Duong Quoc Hoang hasn't seized upon the errors he's made.
Yeah, there was definitely some that were in Duong's hands. I think a few of those errors maybe Pijus got away with, but got to figure he's going to get it done from here. That looks like really good speed.
It wasn't perfect, but Pijus prevails. The Lithuanian into the semi-finals. He defeats Duong Quoc Hoang by 10 racks to 6.